I don't know if it's true, but they put ketchup on their taco. Oh my God. Back in 2011, I took a road trip from the San Francisco Bay Area, where I'm from, all the way to Miami, covering the entire South. And in between, I would stop at small towns and the cities. And I got to try Mexican food outside of the Bay Area. Arizona has pretty good Mexican food. Not as good as California, but still good. Now, the further east you go, that's when things start getting a little muddy, especially in the great state of Texas. I got to visit West Texas, South Texas, and East Texas. Never got a chance to go on the northern part, but from what I understand, it's pretty much all the same. I stopped at a lot of places, but the main ones were El Paso, Houston, Corpus Christi, and good old San Antonio. Out of all those towns and cities, the award for the worst Mexican food has to go to San Antonio. That is the mecca of Tex-Mex. Now, it's only bad if you compare it to actual authentic Mexican cuisine. On its own, as Tex-Mex, I guess it's pretty good. Nothing to write home about, but not bad. It's edible. The second worst goes to El Paso, which is ironic because they actually invented the burrito in Juarez, Mexico, which is right across the border. But me, as a Californian from Oakland, I always thought that all Mexican food was pretty much the same. Slight different ingredients or styles or whatever, but no. It turns out that even in Mexico, it varies from region to region. And in the United States, that's definitely true. In California, the burrito, aka the Mission Burrito, which was created in San Francisco, the story goes that firemen would go eat at a Mexican restaurant. They would order a plate, let's say steak, rice, beans on a plate. But the bell would ring and they would have to run off, but they wanted to take it to go. So someone had the brilliant idea of putting all that plate inside of a flour tortilla, along with cheese, sour cream, guac, and cilantro. The firemen loved it. They actually preferred it to the plate, but it started making it for them, got real popular, and boom, it blew up. That is what I've always known as the burrito, the Mexican burrito. But that's really strictly a California thing. Well, at least that's where it started. Because man, let me tell you about the burritos in El Paso. They are skimpy. They're tiny. Very few ingredients. One menu item, I'm not joking with you when I say beans and cheese. That's it. Cheese and beans in a flour tortilla, a very small flour tortilla. Granted, they're like $2 or $3, but they're very, very basic. Most Hispanic people could actually make it at home easily. They have things like mole with beans. The burritos there are not very elaborate, and it's the same thing across the border. The tacos, dear God, I went to a taco truck expecting what I usually get in California. So I ordered some tacos, and it's traditional at the taco trucks in California for them to give you two tortillas with every taco for reinforcement so it doesn't break apart. No, not in Texas. One, and it's not properly cooked. In California, they slightly cook the tortilla along with the meat to give it a flavor and to slightly harden it again for reinforcement so it won't break on you when you take a bite. But in El Paso, you take one bite and plow, it all falls apart. And I remember they gave me the salsa in a plastic bag, wrapped up like it was a bundle of crack. So that means you would have to either untie the knot, which is kind of hard because it's pretty tight, or, which, well, like most do, take a slight little bite and just puncture it. But you know what happens, especially if you're drunk. Another mess. Plow. There are a few restaurants that are pretty good. Nowhere near like California, but pretty good. Tacotote, that's pretty good. Don Cuco, they have really good pozole. Their tacos are decent, they're pretty good. Again, one tortilla though, but still good. And Chico's Tacos. No, just kidding. Chico's Tacos is an abomination to Mexican food. First of all, they're not even tacos. Like their main attraction are actually not even tacos, even though they call it Chico's Tacos. They're actually flauta. And you soak it with government yellow cheese with tomato juice. My God. Yeah, it tastes as bad as it sounds. Very, very popular in El Paso. As they say there, you got to be drunk to enjoy it. And I say you got to be raised on it. And it's sad because you have a lot of people from Fort Bliss, the military station. They come from all around the world, all over the country. They go eat there and they think that is authentic Mexican food. They don't know. I'm very passionate about this. So on social media apps, they feed me a lot of Texas versus California videos. And I get into like a lot of debates with people. And sometimes even California itself goes at it with each other. Like the Bay Area versus LA, or San Diego versus LA, or San Diego versus the Bay Area. The only ones to me that really matter is LA and the Bay Area. San Diego is left out of the conversation because they, again, food, Mexican food, Mexican food blasphemy. They put French fries inside a burrito. Dear God. You could almost call that Tex-Mex, but no, it's more Cal-Mex. It's these fifth, sixth generation Mexican Americans who try to remix Mexican food, authentic Mexican food, by throwing in some American ingredients in there. That's not what I like. Give me the 100% authentic, ancient ingredients, man. And now the whole world calls it the California burrito, the French fry burrito. That is not the California burrito. That is the San Diego burrito. The California burrito, as we've known it for years, is the Mission burrito I talked about earlier. Now, LA, man, they have some really, really good, authentic Mexican restaurants. But they're mom and pops. None of them are really a huge franchise or anything. The problem with that is that they do what San Diego did sometimes. They'll have the Cal-Mex flavor because they're not paisas. Like, they're not from Mexico. They don't have the ingredients from central Mexico, which is the best in my opinion. Not even the border, not even South Mexico, just the middle of it. They make the best Mexican food. And Southern California has either people from the border, like people from TJ, maybe a few Central Mexico Mexicans running a restaurant. You got to really look for the right spots. Just because it says Mexican food on there doesn't mean it's going to be authentic. I've seen videos of people critiquing Mexican restaurants in LA. And a lot of times it's those Cal-Mex restaurants. And, you know, the comments are like, no, go here. That's where the best one is. No, go there, go here. Now, in the Bay Area, you will never, ever have that problem. Any Mexican restaurant is going to be authentic, Central Mexico, Mexican food. And the reason why that is because there are no multi-generational Mexicans running restaurants in the Bay Area. They're either immigrants who've been here a long time, and the reason why that is because heavy migration from Mexicans and Central Americans to Northern California in large amounts of numbers happened barely in the late 70s, early 80s. Like the very first taco truck that opened in Oakland opened in the mid 80s. Whereas I'm sure places in Southern California already had taco trucks for a long time. And I also have to mention black tacos. That is a Southern California thing, primarily in LA. Again, Cal-Mex food. They're mixing American ingredients with Mexican ingredients. And from what I've never had one, but from what I understand, you're pretty much eating Taco Bell, but less spicier. I don't know if it's true, but they put ketchup on their taco, ground beef. Oh my God. But, that's America for you. Nothing wrong with it. Some say the pizza from the United States is better than the ones in Italy. Some say the Chinese food is better in the United States than in China. And in California, the Mexican food is better than the food in Mexico. Only reason why that is because of the money. They're able to give you more for less. Whereas in Mexico, especially the poor areas, they can't give you a whole lot. Taste wise, it's very good, very delicious. But portions, from what I understand, they can't. They can't match the portions they give you in California. If you go to a taco truck in Oakland, they won't just give you the tacos or the burrito. They'll give you a few extras without you even asking for them. So yeah, that's my rant. You let me know what you think. Texas, don't be mad at me. Still like you guys, but your food is terrible. All right, man. Catch you on the next one.
Peace out.